Hey everyone, it's Teresa, and today we are going to do some metal decor. Now, this is either metal already or something that's not metal made to look like metal. I know it's a little different, but stay with me, guys. First, we're going to start off with one of these pieces from the Dollar Tree. It is plastic. I removed the mirror and spray painted it with this really pretty copper color. And obviously this one is not made of metal, but we're going to make it look like metal. So first we're going to just do a really quick coat with this antique wax to kind of tone down some of the shininess, give it a little bit of an older feel to it. As you saw from the first picture, it was like regular gold with a lot of black in it. So we're going to kind of go a little bit in that direction, but not so much. Make sure you get the sides, of course, because this is going to hang up on a wall. And then we're going to go in with the ink Waverly chalk paint to, again, give it a little bit of depth to it. We're going to kind of focus that stuff on the inside lines to give it, a little bit of a different look, make it look a little older, that kind of thing. Because we don't want anything to look like completely brand new or anything like that. So, even though this is, metal, we're still kind of giving it some of that age. And as you see here, I put a little bit too much down. So what you just want to do if you do that is you're gonna wipe it away a little bit, it's very, since it's got that really like glossy plasticiness to it before you painted it, it's really easy just to kind of wipe it away. So not too much difficulty at all with that. So once we're done, we're going to take one of these little wood cutouts. It's a tree. It's from Hobby Lobby. We paint it in moss, and then we're going to, of course, go over it with some of that antique wax again. My thoughts on this one was like, hey, if a copper thing was like really old and it had like a patina on it, it would be this kind of like greenish with a little bit of brown to it. At least that's the direction that I went with it. So again, you're just going to give it a really good coat. This pack from Hobby Lobby, it actually came with like 3 different ones. I thought when I bought it, they were all the same. And I was like really pleasantly surprised that they were different. If you see it at Hobby Lobby, pick it up, especially when they're on sale. I think it's like $4.99 and then they'll give like 40% off. It was a really good deal and they're super pretty. So you'll see something like this again. So now that that little guy right there has dried, we're going to, just check, make sure. See, it's a perfect fit. It's like they were made to be together. And I've got some paper here. It's just kind of got like some, cursive lettering words on the back. I cut it out, glue it on, and then we're just going to put that, right onto that front part where the mirror was with some hot glue. And it is done. And I really like the, the wording of it. It just, I don't know, it spoke to me. Hey everybody, I hope you're enjoying the DIYs today. The first one that you just watched is by far my favorite. And as you know, we're doing all metal DIYs. And this video is in collaboration with Daniela from Danielita AF. Go check out her channel if you haven't already. And if you're coming over from her channel, welcome. And she does crafting with cocktails. So she helped me virtually, of course, make a wonderful cocktail today. And it's really good. You're gonna wanna try it. But guess what? If you wanna know what it is, you're gonna have to go over to her channel. So I'm gonna link her video below as well as her channel. So go check her out if you haven't already. And you're really gonna love her. And we'll go ahead and get back into the crafts. All right, so we're gonna start off with one of these hexagon shapes from Dollar Tree. It is a mirror, that's the back of it, because I didn't really want to blind you with it, and a ceiling medallion. The ceiling medallion is kind of made out of plaster, and it's from Amazon. We're just gonna give it a good full 2 coats, I think, of that rose gold paint, and now we're gonna go in with the ink Waverly chalk paint. We're doing this kind of in like the opposite direction as the last one. So what I wanted to do was to, again, give some more definition to all of the details in this. Now, I mean, like this thing, you could make it like super, super ornate. I mean, it just really depends on what you wanted to do with it. I was really taking that black paint, trying to thin it out a little bit because if you've ever worked with that one, it is like super, super opaque. So see, we're just kind of doing that, just going back and forth. with it. Just, you know, take a little off, put a little on, take a little off, put it a little on, you know what I mean. Now this little guy, because it's plaster, it really sucks up that paint. So here it is, we've added the black detailing to it. I didn't want to go overboard. I mean, I want it still to look like that rose gold. It's still, you know, a lot of it is, this is going to be that rose coppery color. I personally love it. So next, we're going to just go ahead and give a good sweeping of the antique wax all over it. Just again, we're giving it some age, we're giving it some, you know, some use, some of something. We want it to look like a little bit more like metal, not like a piece of plaster that we painted. So that's why we always want to give it a little bit more depth. And again, I'm following a lot of those lines like I did before with the black, toning down some of the black, you know, giving a little less shine to it in certain spots. It's just going to give it like an overall good look. And once we're done and it's dry, we're just going to hot glue that puppy onto the mirror. I went back and forth on whether I wanted to paint the mirror instead of leaving it a mirror, but I ended up just thinking like, you know what, it's kind of cool with the mirror because you can still see through. There's certain spots that are like holes, and we're going to use the same frame. That one actually did get a quick spray paint with some hammered black paint, if that makes any sense. And when you do that, if you're impatient like me, just give it a coat of Mod Podge and let that dry, and it won't be so sticky. So, little tip for you. I love this because it comes off the back. So here it is, all finished. As you can also see the, you know, roof from up above too. Next, we're going to go in with one of these garden trellises, also from Dollar Tree. And I'm showing you here, you can use the miter shears to kind of get you started, or you can use your pliers. Same thing. So you're going to use that to get you started, and then you kind of go bend it back and forth. Make sure you're bending it back and forth in the right spot. You'll see why if you watch till the end of the video. And just basically, it's I can't talk today. Sorry guys. The tool is getting you started, and I've got one of these big white plasticky letters from Michaels. Sorry, I had to think for a second. I did a good solid coat of that silver paint, and now we're taking a makeup sponge and we're going to give this like a galvanized look. So makeup sponge, I went over it all with the black first. This is all acrylic paint. I didn't use any chalk paint on this one. I wanted to thin it out a little bit more. And once you get a little bit of the black down, you're going to start to kind of mix in the other stuff. So we basically went from the lightest color you're using that make it the silver color, and then you're going to do a layer, like a layer, I guess, of the black, and then you're going to start mixing the two together to slowly build yourself back up to a lighter layers. If you're getting what I'm saying there. So we're just basically just pounding it, up and down to finish this galvanized look. You don't want anything too sharp, like when you can obviously see there's still some spots that are very obviously black. So you're just going to do this to help blend it out a little bit. And I mean, this took me probably a good, 4 to 5 minutes of, just dabbing the paint on to get the right, overall look. I think once you kind of get started and you build up those first couple of layers, you're going to get a pretty good idea of where to place the paint so that you're getting, the overall desired look. See, now we're working on a much lighter, so it's really going to help blend out that darker layer. If that makes sense to you. Hopefully it does. Or if you're visual, you can see what I'm doing. So sorry if you can hear the train in the background, because I'm actually recording this voiceover from a hotel that's right next to a train, apparently. So as you can tell, it does take a little bit of time, and now we're finished with that, and we're going to glue these two pieces together. Obviously you can see they're now black. I've spray painted them black, and I'm going to just glue those together with this Gorilla Glue. You could use E6000, whatever you would like. This one sets up a little bit faster than the E6000. Like, obviously you want to let it set, fully, but this one I would say, 10 minutes, and it's pretty good. So now that they're stuck together, we're going to kind of put down our letter. I wanted to kind of get an idea of where on those other pieces I needed to put the glue. And just for some extra, hold, I am going to put down a fair amount of glue, hot glue. And I'm doing all of this over a piece of parchment paper because obviously that glue doesn't have a lot of place to go. So it'll help you out. There it is. This is going up in my craft room for sure. So here's all of our projects. Don't forget to go check out Daniela. You're gonna love her. If you're coming here, please say hello. And don't forget, you're gonna want to check out all of my lovely things that I've got coming up. I've got a lot of fun things for you to see. So let's go ahead and check out my fill for the day. I hope you enjoy it. Snap it off. Not like that. That is not where you want to snap it. Thanks again for stopping by. Do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.